Are you tired of not being heard? Are you tired of being swept under the rug by women and not being desired or chased by them? If you're somebody who has this problem, learning how to add that dark, mysterious edge to your persona, to your energy, learning these simple tricks that will give off that vibe, that will give you that same effect. Most of you guys, when you're in conversations with people, you don't know how to be heard. When you are talking to a girl, you don't know how to make her chase you. You don't know how to give off the aura of a guy who is attractive or sexy. And in this video right here, that's exactly what we're going to tackle. I'm going to teach you in this video how to be dark, mysterious, and irresistible. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Yo, bitch, I got some buzzes clawing on my fucking stomach. Qualifying yourself is something that exudes from your mindsets and beliefs and can ultimately become bad habits in the end. And many of you guys are doing this in little ways that are imperceptible to you, that nobody brings up, that honestly, people just, they get this almost ick, this leechy energy from people who do this, from who self-qualify. And it comes from a place of feeling that you need to, and that somehow doing this will get somebody to like you. Here's the thing, no it doesn't. It will not help you. Self-qualifying is one of the most pathetic things you can do as a man, and anybody you do it to will become less attracted or will value you less when you do this. So firstly, forcing commonalities. If you can find a commonality with somebody, sweet. But if you are trying to draw the lines, I like this, you like that. You're of this political view, I'm that political view. Either one, avoid the topic. Don't bring it up, especially in terms of politics nowadays. Avoid it. But if you're somebody who is trying to bow and scrape, pretending to be something you're not to make other people like you, you're making a huge mistake. Because it should be the other way around. It should be them who is trying to convince you that they are worthy to be inside your inner circle. Women and people love valuable people. And would a valuable person qualify in this way? No, he wouldn't. Another way that people qualify is talking a lot about themselves, and they try to hype themselves up. People in the community, the pickup artist community, will term this DHVing. I hate this. And there are some dating coaches out there that are successful in doing this supposedly, but I think that they are successful in doing this not because it somehow helps them, but because they're winning despite the fact that they're doing this. And that's a pretty big distinction to make. I think that there's nothing in psychology or value that should say that me telling you how awesome I am all the time doesn't just scream that I'm low status. It's a very tough thing to do, and I don't see any way around it. If you're somebody who talks a lot about yourself, stop doing it. If you want to be somebody who's dark and mysterious, who wants to give off a certain energy, stop talking about yourself. I'm not even playing. Make it harder for somebody to get to know you. Instead, ask them questions about themselves, which I'll get into in a quick second. Now, with this as well, I want to get into body language that pacifies. So there's going to be little things that you do when you feel lower status than somebody else, smiling awkwardly to dissipate anxiety, to when somebody's speaking and you don't really want to listen to them, you snap to attention anyways. When you are somebody who doesn't value your own time, when people speak to you, you're snapping to attention instead of just lazily listening. You're trying to give them all these demonstrations that you're paying attention, that you are understanding the reality. You'll nod your head too much when people are talking. Things like this. It's unnecessary. And what it ultimately does is it lets people know that you like them already instead of giving them the chance in the space to fight for it. If you don't give them any space to fight for it, they won't. And the easier they get something, this is human nature, the less people will value it. If you make it tougher for them to get to know you, the more they will admire you, the more they will feel like they won you over and they earned you. As opposed to, no matter how valuable an object is, the easier it is for somebody to get, the less they will ultimately value it. And you don't want to be that. Do not be that. Now, what can you talk about with somebody? Because we just went through some things that we couldn't. So actually, that will take me to my next point. So trick number two, let them talk / chase you. So you want to stick to topics that are about her, that are joking, that maybe is a situation around you. These three topics are great conversations to stick to when you're talking to a stranger or getting to know somebody. But in terms of you talking about yourself, avoid it at all. Avoid it as much as you possibly can. You want them to fight for every morsel of who you are. Don't give things away so easily. Now, you want to be brief when answering questions, because people will ask you questions if they are intrigued by you. If you do give off this mysterious vibe, they will ask questions. For the most part, try to avoid giving it to them so easily. So, for example, what do you do for work? Oh, I do the odd job here and there. What do you do? Now you created what's called an open loop. They're like, wait, that doesn't answer my question though. What is your job? And they'll double down. Now, this does not mean fight to be abrasive in terms of this. I will oftentimes joke with people if they ask me what my age is, I'll lie and I'll say something like 12. I'll say like 42, something that's clearly not the truth. So then they have to fight for it a little bit more. Give them a little bit more of a fight and they will feel like they earned it. This will also give them that dark, mysterious vibe that we're trying to shoot for in this video. Now the last trick actually is probably the most important. Self-control / self-confidence. So you want to be somebody who can control your emotions. You want to be stoic, unreactive. When things hit the fan, are you trembling your boots? Are you reactive? Did something that happened around you change your emotional state from that of happy and fun to that of sad, angry, to anxious? If you're that kind of person who gets startled really easily, this will lower your mysterious, dark, brooding energy that you're trying to give off and you're trying to emulate. These are actually also the traits, being stoic, having control. These are traits that make somebody come across as masculine. If you ever talk to another man and you could just you just can smell the work on the guy, you could just feel how much he has suffered throughout his life and put in the energy and worked on himself. There's a different energy there than there is for somebody else that maybe has been shying away from scary things for a long time. If you're somebody who wants to ultimately get that energy, that stoicism, you have to chase things that are scary, which is why I tell people to, for example, you find a cute girl, approach her. The only way to become the kind of guy that has this aura we've been talking about this entire video is by chasing something scary, doing something that other men were not willing to do prior to you, that most men were not willing to do. Chasing a purpose, building something underneath you, changing and evolving. Most men can't do that. Getting into fighting, boxing, whatever you think it is, get into it. Now, if somebody likes this video, make sure to like, and if you have a question, leave it in the comment section below. And if you guys are interested in coaching, text me at 702-841-9909. And with that being said, peace.
Yo, bitch, I got some buzzes clawing at my fucking stomach. I'm from the shadows, let the gallows make